No, because I think sometimes, and the reason I'm asking that is because what you said earlier about churches saying like this is the devil, get this
Yeah,
music out of here. I
yeah.
wonder if that was just a continuation of that with certain people, because I know certain people got really affected by that. Like really, it really affected their ministry and stuff. So I didn't
Well,
know
see,
if
the
that was one.
good thing about us is I grew up in Cincinnati, right? Me and Rob,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody knew us in Cincinnati. And then when we started doing Christian hip hop, it was too late. We had already been in.
got you. Okay,
So it's like
okay,
you can't let us in and see lives get changed and then say, oh, now it's the devil's music. It's too late. We already made an impact in our city because we
got
kind
you.
of spread it really fast in
Yeah,
Cincinnati for doing Christian hip
yeah,
hop. You know what I mean?
got
Like
you.
people was flooding the concerts when we were doing them. And so we had already made our mark as something like, no, this is really God.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you say to people that you still hear those comments? Like the newer generation is getting
Mhm.
that in their comments where they put out like the Childlike CC's, the Miles Minnick, all the new era Christian rappers. They'll post like a Christian song or whatever from their album, and then they'll get this ain't from God, this Christian rapping from God. What do you say to those people based off what you just told me? What do you say to people like that still believe that God can't use rap music?
I think it's jealousy, man, at the end of the day.
Got
I
you.
think I
Okay.
think it's jealousy, and I think they're making an assumption.
Yeah.
And what I hate, man, is that sometimes when how people put their conviction on you
Yeah. Yeah.
or put their fears on you or say
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
don't like something, you shouldn't like something, or
Yeah.
because I'm not working for them, it can't work for everybody. And it's like,
Yeah.
how do you come to that conclusion? How haughty are you to believe that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
for real, that's really prideful at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Just because something don't work for you, don't mean it won't work for nobody else. So I think they're just trolls, man, at the end of the day. Why would you even
Got
comment?
you.
I mean, what is your comment really going to do? Like at the
Yeah.
end, at the grand scheme of things, if I put up Miles Minnick, his music ain't, and I post that on his page, what is it really going to do? Because I don't
Yeah.
have a relationship with him, I don't know him. Me
Yeah.
saying that, I might get 4 or 5 other people to agree with me, but how is it really going to affect him? How
Yeah.
is it going to positively affect me from making a negative comment? How do I
Yeah.
grow? How do I
Yeah.
win?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I don't really understand people like that. I don't try to understand them because I don't feel like they're using proper judgment.
Gotcha.
It's a guy, man. I see some artists go around making songs about other artists, and it's
Yeah.
like saying that their ministry isn't valid. You know, they're judging the delivery of the message,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, who they collaborate with, and it's
Yeah.
always a couple ways to see something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, just because it's foreign to you, just because you don't understand how a Christian artist could collaborate with a secular artist, just because in your imperfect mind you can't fathom how God could use somebody that way, doesn't mean it's not of God either. It doesn't mean that. The Bible
Wow.
says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways. You don't have God all the way figured out. You can't bet your life and say, I know for a fact, I bet my life kill me now. God would not do that. You can't do that with God, because then that
Yeah.
means you have God all the way figured out. And you can sit
Yeah.
here and tell me you got God all the way figured out. Then I'm gonna serve you. I'm
That's
a real
right.
deal leave him, because if you got the ability to figure God out that way, I need to be serving you. Because you got some stuff together. You you you
Yeah.
you at a level where no man can go,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's like God told people to do some unbelievably crazy things in the Bible, bro.
Yeah.
Noah built an
Yeah.
ark. build a what? God ain't
Yeah.
gonna use nobody to build something that they never heard of before.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, bro. For you to tell me to do something that nobody's ever heard of before, that doesn't make sense to me logically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To build
Yeah.
what? That for what? For rain? Rain.
What's rain? Yeah. What's rain?
What is rain, bro?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? So
Yeah.
build something. So build something I've never built before is going to save me from something that's coming that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
That don't sound crazy. That don't sound like God is doing something new, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta quit playing with God, bro. We gotta quit putting him in his box and saying what he can't do. He freaking raised somebody from the dead.
Yeah. Do you think the reason why people would say the whole secular collab thing is because they fear that if I'm a Christian, okay, let's just use you as an example. I'm a fan of D-MAUB, and D-MAUB decides to do a Ludacris album called Separated at Birth or something, right? Okay. I know D-MAUB love the Lord, right? Sure. I don't know, I never heard, and some people are sheltered like this. I never heard Ludacris before a day in my life. So I'm hearing him and D-MAUB go back and forth. I'm like, yo, he dumb nice. Let me go check him out. Like I said, like you said earlier, I don't know none of these people. I've never heard him before. So I go check him out, and I like him, but he's profanity. He's talking about this. He's talking about that. Do you feel like that's maybe the reason why people may have those precautions about Christian music, Christian artists, not just rappers, but Christian artists in general, doing collab with mainstream secular artists? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I can definitely see that angle, right?
Yeah.
But for that to really make an impact, I would assume the only danger would be if you never heard any secular music in your life. And I'm introducing you to worldly music to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you ever heard anybody else who's secular and you stay away from that, you will keep that pattern if you're real with yourself. So soon as you hear me on the track with Ludacris, but he's rapping about positivity on my track, right? You still don't know he rap negative. Yeah. If you got this habit of dodging negativity, when you go check out who Ludacris really is and he's negative, guess what your pattern gonna have you do?
Not listen to him. But then they're gonna say, D-MAUB, why you working with him if he's negative? You know what I mean? I think that's the question they would ask.
Because any step towards doing something positive is a step doing something positive. Because what if Ludacris get on a song with me, rap about God or rap about something positive, right?
Yeah.
He goes home a year later, something happens. He listened to that song again and like, you know what, man? I need to do better. I need to do better. I need to do better with my relationship with God, bro. I'm glad that D-MAUB kind of not forced me, but challenged me to rap about God in this song, to rap about how thankful I am. And what if the opportunity I gave him to worship God with me as two imperfect people, mind you. So I'm imperfect too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What if he hears him rapping about God or rapping something positive and it pushes him to grow closer to God because of the invitation that I gave him to rap about God or to rap about something positive.
Yeah.
And what if people are calling him and saying, bruh, man, you killed that joint with D-MAUB, bruh. Like that encouraged me. Now he's starting to hear how his positive rap on D-MAUB song is encouraging other people in a different way.
Yeah.
And over time, not immediate, because everybody wants this immediate stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see fruit. Let me see fruit now, today. It's like
that ain't happening with you.
Man, it's like y'all don't be realistic, bro. And I think that's what I don't like about the judgmental people. It's like they're not realistic about their journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, didn't
Yeah.
God give you time? Did he
Yeah.
not give you an opportunity? Do you not still mess up today, even though you love God? You still
Yeah.
mess up.
Yeah.
So what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Like, people need to chill. You know what I'm saying? That stuff get me upset, man, because it's like you're
I
not.
can tell. I'm sorry.
God, don't be sorry, bro. They this need to be said. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
imperfect people don't give other imperfect people the grace to be imperfect.